Attention on deck.
Lieutenant Commander Arnett, you are charged by the United States with violation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, sedition.
Any court that accuses Rio Arnett of sedition hops around with a stomach pouch.
We need Jenner.
It's damn unprofessional of him not to be here today.
How did I get here?
Oh, I've asked myself that many times.
Rio Arnett tried to set me up to take the rap for the heist.
This courtroom is so thick with lies that you could cut him with a knife.
Commander, you're in contempt.
Prosecution calls Allison Stratton.
She could do a lot of damage.
Has he ever asked you to lie for him?
Rio Arnett asks me to do something and I do it.
Come on, see what the Marines got. Huh?
I didn't do it, okay? Isn't the truth enough?
Would you lie to save your friend?
May I take the fifth here?
If you are convicted by this court of these charges, the maximum sentence would be death.
Security code accepted. Welcome to OSI. Database file Air America. Operations key personnel. Rio Arnett, Chief of Operations, using small aircraft service as cover. Wiley Farrell, Deputy Base Chief of Costa Perdita Airfield. Allison Stratton, Manager of Hotel Parador. Edward Furman, Department of State official. Mission execute special operations. Codename Air America.
Well, now I know how you feel when you can't find me.
Still no luck.
Still no Jenner?
No, that's the third try now.
Well, maybe he's off getting some relaxation.
It's just not like him, that's all.
What, to relax?
No, to not check in for us daily, you know.
Okay, so he missed it. It's no big deal. I just hope it's because of some woman.
Well, I hope nothing happened to him.
Yeah, maybe he fell off his desk.
Come on now, he goes out on the field sometimes.
Yeah, well, we all take our risks.
That's true.
You know, Rio, he's not real, you know that.
What?
He's got no legs. He is, he's just his head in the box, that's all he is.
Hey, did you just hear something land?
No, I'm too busy taking off Tyson's ear. Come on! Oh, have run! Yeah! Oh, the shore patrol. Yeah, I haven't seen you guys since what?
I remember.
Hey, boys.
Lieutenant Commander Rio Arnett.
That's me.
You're under arrest pending hearing before the tribunal.
Tribunal? What, he's being court-martialed?
That is correct.
Come on, Larry, Ken, come on, what's the gag? What's going on?
Hold on a second, Wiles. They look serious.
What's the charge?
Sedition.
Sedition, it's...
Espionage.
Attention on deck.
Face the court and identify yourself, sir.
Lieutenant Commander Rio Arnett, sir.
Lieutenant Commander Arnett, you are charged by the United States with violation of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, Article 134, sedition. Specification 1, that you did, on 25 October of last year, requisition a shipment of strategic weapons and early warning devices with the intent of selling said war materials to the Northern Drug Cartel of Central America. If you are convicted by this court of these charges, the maximum sentence would be death. Do you understand the charges and specifications?
I do, sir.
How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, sir.
Are you represented by counsel?
I am, sir.
Very well, let the record show that the defendant is represented by Lieutenant Sandra Casey of this command. Be seated. Members of the board, you are reminded that all witnesses in this case have been previously sworn in deposition. Prosecution, call your first witness.
Prosecution calls Captain Horace Noon. Captain Noon, you're a requisitions officer, is that correct?
Yes.
Would you please tell the court why you brought these charges against Lieutenant Commander Arnett?
On October 24th, Lieutenant Commander Arnett called me and ordered a shipment of strategic weapons for the OSI station in Costa Perdida. After sending the weapons, I called OSI Director William Jenner, only to discover that the OSI needed no such weapons. Acting on my advice, Mr. Jenner seized the delivery, only to discover that they were soon to be sold by Lieutenant Commander Arnett to a Central American drug cartel.
Your witness.
Captain Noon, if OSI Director William Jenner were here today, would he back up your testimony?
Of course.
Mr. Jenner has so far been unreachable for comment. Do you know of any reason why no one's been able to find him?
That's not my problem.
I didn't ask if that was your problem. I asked you if you had any knowledge of Mr. Jenner's whereabouts.
I have no idea.
Do you have an opinion?
If you want my opinion, it's damned unprofessional of him not to be here today.
No further questions?
Very well, thank you, Captain Noon. You can step down.
He lied through his teeth.
We need Jenner.
Well, Wiley's been trying to find him.
We don't have that much time.
That could be
The prosecution calls Edward Furman.
Don't worry, the truth will come out.
Maybe not.
Do you know him?
Keep an eye on your loose change.
Mr. Furman, would you please tell the court your civilian occupation?
State Department, Consulary Section, stationed at the American Embassy in beautiful Buenaventura.
And how long have you served in this capacity?
17 wonderful years.
And before that?
Straight State Department, baby.
Mr. Furman, those shades may be appropriate when you're out trolling for acting jobs, but not in my courtroom. Remove them.
Oh, sorry. No disrespect intended, sir.
Kindly bear in mind the gravity of this situation. Continue, Counselor.
Yes, sir. We are all here for the truth.
Agent Furman, what can you tell this court about a shipment of stolen military hardware that was seized on the Air America airfield last October 25th?
I was late that day because I had car trouble. Took a year to get it straightened out.
You're under oath, Mr. Furman. Take an edge off of it.
It was a figure of speech, Captain. Anyway, it was just this side of 1 p.m. I received a call from OSI Director Jenner that a pirate frigate was landing at the Air America airstrip. For some reason, Lieutenant Commander Arnett was not present, even though he is the AA station chief. The Guerrero brothers from the Northern Cartel were there. They were waiting to receive a shipment of stolen hardware. And so is the good old OSI there. Sorry it took me so long to get here.
And what happened the next day?
The next day, Rio Arnett tried to set me up to take the rap for the heist.
Could you explain that, please?
I was called to the Parador on a cooked-up emergency. I remember I was having a little trouble with my hair that day.
I like the hair. Is it new?
Let's just get on with this, shall we?
Do you know who Ewell McMillan is?
General Ewell McMillan?
He needs to see you.
He's in a little trouble.
I'll get someone else here.
He said he needs to see you personally.
When I got there was no general waiting for me. It was Manny Guerrera who seemed to believe that I was the one that blew the whistle on him. Rio Arnett sent me into that room knowing that these drug lords would try to kill me.
You said no trouble. Now my trouble is you. Dispara el corazón. Get him!
They chased me all over Costa Perdita to make it look to everybody like I was the one that had arranged to fly in the hardware in the first place. That was just a mild day at the office for me. I mean, I'm used to dodging hot lead for OSI, but this was a little unnecessary.
Why do you think Lieutenant Commander Arnett would set you up in this way?
It's possible that he wanted me to look like the one who stole the hardware.
No further questions.
Counsel?
So far, Agent Furman, you really haven't told this court why you believe Lieutenant Commander Arnett is guilty of this crime.
Since I was being blamed for it in certain quarters, I took it upon myself to trace the source of the weapons order. Arnett's signature was all over it. Add that to the fact that he was absent from his post at the time of delivery, leaving the airfield clear. That makes gumbo.
Since it has come up, I'd like to submit this copy of the weapons order with Lieutenant Commander Arnett's signature on it as Exhibit A.
Bailiff, I'll take a look at it.
Are you sure you've told me everything?
We need Jenner.
Did you requisition those weapons?
No.
So what, Agent Furman's lying?
He's not lying so much as leaving things out. I mean, sure, he saw my signature on the paperwork because he forged it.
You know this?
I can't prove it, but let me tell you something about this guy. He could forge Picasso's signature and fool an art dealer.
You're right. We need Jenner.
Very well, I see no problem with that. Prosecution, Exhibit A. Carry on.
Look, you gotta find him. I don't care what you gotta do. This is code red. He has got to get to Langley now. No, don't tell me he's disappeared. He's gotta be somewhere. I don't want to hear that again. Make him reappear. Find Jenner now.
Prosecution calls Allison Stratton.
She could do a lot of damage.
You think she'll lie?
No, but the truth may hurt.
State your name and occupation.
Allison Stratton, General Manager of the Hotel Parador in Costa Perdita.
Do you know the defendant?
I do.
Would you please tell the court the nature of your relationship with Lieutenant Commander Arnett?
Where to begin?
Oh, is he a friend of yours?
Yes.
A close friend?
I would like to think so. I mean, we've had our disagreements, usually about lost luggage and late flights, that kind of thing.
Has he ever asked you to lie for him?
May I take the fifth here?
Miss Stratton, I can't imagine you're worried about self-incrimination. This is a general court-martial proceeding. Simply answer the question.
I wanted to know how that worked because the defendant is a very fine human being.
Prosecution, ask the question again.
Has the defendant ever asked you to lie for him?
There were circumstances.
And one of them was that he asked you to lie. Is that correct?
Look.
Answer the question.
Has the defendant ever asked you to lie for him?
We're just asking you for a little help, that's all.
Help you how? By lying?
Come on.
Yes.
Did he ask you to lie on or around October 25th?
That was the time.
Would you explain the circumstances of that, please?
He asked me to tell Mr. Furman that an important general was waiting for him in one of the rooms. I forget which.
2069?
Yes.
And what happened when Mr. Furman reported to that room?
A lot of mayhem.
Could you explain that, please?
Some drug dealers.
The Guerrero brothers?
Yes. They damaged my hotel quite a bit. They seemed to have been chasing after Mr. Furman. There was a lot of screaming and shooting.
Can you think of any reason why Lieutenant Commander Arnett would ask you to send Mr. Furman to an almost certain death?
Rio Arnett asks me to do something and I do it.
Well, does he have some sort of hypnotic control over you?
Rio Arnett is about helping people.
And just who do you think he was trying to help in this situation? Mr. Furman or the Guerrero brothers?
You know, I really don't know.
No further questions.
Miss Stratton, do you know for a fact that the defendant committed the crime he is here charged with? Selling strategic arms to the enemy?
Objection. Calls for a conclusion on the part of the witness, and I stipulate that she does not have the necessary expertise.
Sustained.
Do you know the defendant to be a dishonest man?
No.
Is he a man who would sell out his country for a profit?
No, he could care less about money.
Do you have any reason to believe that he could be guilty of treason?
None whatsoever.
Thank you. No further questions.
All right, Miss Stratton, thank you very much. You may step down.
Prosecution rests, sir.
Very well, defense. Are you ready?
Sir, I would like to request more time to find our key witness, Mr. Jenner.
You have 2 minutes, Lieutenant Casey. Use them wisely.
So, there's only 2 people that can help us, William Jenner
Whom we can't locate.
and Wiley Farrell.
He's right outside.
Get him on the stand to tell his version.
Any surprises there?
He knows how I found out about the stolen hardware, and he was there when I reported it to Jenner.
Okay.
Sir, the defense would like to open by calling Lieutenant Wiley Farrell to the stand. Lieutenant Farrell.
Call me Wiley.
Lieutenant Farrell.
Okay, call me whatever you want. Just call me something.
Lieutenant Farrell, if you have any intention of remaining a United States naval officer, comport yourself accordingly. Let me remind you that this is a general court-martial proceeding. The charge of sedition carries with it the potential for a death penalty on conviction.
Well, with all due respect, sir, any court that accuses Rio Arnett of sedition hops around with a stomach pouch.
Defense, that's it. I'm remanding this witness to the brig if I hear one more piece of slacker bilge out of his mouth. Is that clear?
Perfectly clear, sir.
Carry on, defense.
If you would simply answer the questions, please.
Okay, let's hear one.
You're teetering, Lieutenant Farrell.
Like the defendant, you're a Navy SEAL with combat experience, assigned to the OSI Air America station in Buenaventura. Is that correct?
Yes.
How long have you known the defendant?
13 years. We were roommates at the academy, fought side by side in Grenada in the Gulf War, and we won both times.
Do you remember a shipment of stolen military hardware that arrived in Costa Perdida last October 25th?
Yes, that would be a Furman special. I was hard at work at some very high-tech business when Furman dropped by to see if lies could make planes fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, good night, huh? Wasn't that nice?
Hop to, Romeo.
Hey, Wiles, we gotta fly, man.
Aha, his master's voice. Now see that guy? I listen to him. The other guy suffers from delusions of adequacy. Whatever it is, I'll get out of it. Yes?
You need to get your kit packed. You're gonna blow down a Brazil boil.
Yeah, not on your authority.
We got American women and children chased up a tree by guerrillas down there. It's Boy Scout time.
Starting to sound an awful lot like a Furman chain jerk to me, huh?
These are American women and children. Tortured, killed.
Tourists?
They used to be tourists. Soon to become dead hostages.
I won't be able to get out of this.
Moron.
If this turns out to be anything less than straight, you do not want to be here when I get back.
Can you spell emergency, boys and girls?
How did you find out about this before us?
Jungle drums. Who cares? The target's located 3 clicks due south of Sao Paulo.
Yeah? What guerrilla outfit?
You worried about what flavor gorilla this is? This is the kind that kills innocent women and children.
That's a nice way to put it.
I'd say time is of the essence here, gentlemen. Unless, of course, you think they're going to kill them one by one like they do in the movies. Of course, they might do it all in one round. So you might want to think about doing this sometime soon. Like now.
He's right. Now, the whole time we were being tailed by this crop duster, making sure we followed Furman's advice and stayed gone. So, We found a place to land and let him catch up with us.
Take a close look. Recognize him?
Yeah, but where?
He runs guns for the Guerrero brothers.
Come on, come on!
What's the deal between Furman and your bosses?
They kill me. I'll kill you. They wait for a delivery of guns, stolen from your army. They want you away from the airstrip so they can land on you.
When do the guns land?
6 hours from now.
Never met in time.
Yeah, but maybe Jenner can if we contact him.
Rio then contacted Jenner, and the stolen arms were recovered.
So, Lieutenant Commander Arnett not only didn't steal the shipment, he was directly responsible for its recovery.
That's right.
Your witness?
Lieutenant Farrell, do you know me?
Yes, I do.
Would you please tell the tribunal how you know me?
You're one of our instructors at the academy. Real bathtub admiral. Commanded a fleet of ships from your hot tub. Now they got you doing this? Didn't exactly set the world on fire, did you, Blake?
Do you recall an incident where the defendant was out after curfew and you covered for him?
You would have to bring that up.
Did you not sign Rio Arnett's name to a registry, falsely reporting that he was in his room?
Yeah, and I did guard duty for it, too.
So, you broke the honor code.
Objection. This has nothing to do with the charges.
It has a great deal to do with the veracity of the witness. The U.S. Navy, there is no such thing as a small infraction.
Objection is overruled. Prosecution carry on.
You've proven that you're willing to lie to protect your friend, to keep him from imprisonment, or even a firing squad. Isn't it reasonable to assume that you would tell any lie necessary to save him?
Bring up all this old stuff you want to, Blake. I'm not lying.
Sir, would you direct the witness to answer the question?
Lieutenant Farrell, answer the prosecution's question.
Would you lie to save the life of Lieutenant Commander Arnett?
I don't have to lie because Rio is innocent.
Strike that. Board will disregard. That's unresponsive, Lieutenant Farrell. Answer the question.
Would you lie to save your friend?
Yes. Of course I would. It's a Spanish Inquisition.
How'd it go?
Jerk twisted all my words around.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, really? Well, he must have twisted yours all to hell because I'm sure since you're under oath, you admitted the stolen hardware was all your mess.
Well, I only volunteered what I was asked.
Yeah, why don't you volunteer right now? How come Rio is taking the rap for this?
Well, don't look at me.
I have to. It's a small room. What'd they ask you?
Name, rank, serial number, boxes or briefs. You were on the griddle, you know what it's like. I'm lucky if I remember the last time I hit the Exacta.
Furman, where's Jenner?
They didn't ask me that.
I am asking you that.
He's your contact.
I know, but he's not at home, or the club, or at work, or the spa.
Well, maybe he went to see Gone with the Wind.
Furman? Furman, Rio is gonna hang for this. Do you want that?
I hate this part of this.
What part of this don't you hate?
Everything okay here?
It's okay, hey, just fool around.
I think this guy's a little too fruity for the Navy.
Talk.
Look, I am caught between a rock, a hard place, and a straight razor, okay? There is nothing that you can do to me, Farrell, that is as bad as what's behind door number 2.
Okay, so you're gonna let Rio hang.
Maybe they'll give him life.
Furman! I know you know where Jenner is. I can see it in your beady little eyes. Tell me!
I didn't want this to happen.
Who does? Talk.
I got a buddy in the Navy.
Who?
He's got some blackmail on me.
I like him. Relative?
He blackmailed me into helping him with the stolen hardware deal and the Guerrero brothers. When Rio killed the deal, he made me forge Rio's signature on some fake weapons requisition orders.
You did that?
Well, I didn't know anybody'd look into it. They got the hardware back. And besides, how the hell was I supposed to know that the Navy would have a vampire prosecutor that had a blood grudge against Rio?
You gotta go in there right now and tell him that.
No, you don't understand. I can't. This guy will kill me.
I will kill you!
Killing me would be the least of my problems.
Furman, don't make me... Furman, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
If Jenna shows up, testifies, Rio skates, and it's not my fault.
Okay. So where is Jenna right now?
My buddy has a place due south of Elkton, Maryland. A cabin on the lake.
What's he doing there?
Well, he's probably in the middle of a photo session. Jenna, a couple of hookers, drugs, that kind of thing. Same way he got my short hairs in a ring. Except he didn't have to drug me. That's Noon's secret weapon.
I gotta go get him.
How you gonna get past the guard?
Heart attack.
Whose?
Yours.
Oh!
Hey, come on in here, my buddy's sick! My buddy's sick! Yeah, hey, check him out. I think it's his heart.
Remain calm.
Is there any particular of the charges and the specifications that is true?
No.
When was the last time you requisitioned a strategic weapon?
I have never requisitioned a strategic weapon.
Never?
No, requisitions is not my job.
Have you ever entered into any kind of arrangement with the Guerrero brothers?
Just peace talks.
Peace talks.
That is my job. Keeping the peace between the cartels, the guerrillas, and a very unstable government.
Have you ever been in any trouble in the Navy?
Not since the academy.
Do you have any idea how your signature showed up on this requisition?
I have a theory.
Would you like to share it with the council?
Objection. Conjecture from the accused is immaterial and not acceptable as evidence.
Overruled. I'll hear it on background.
My theory is that the signature is a very good forgery, and that I'm being railroaded so that the real traitor can go play golf with Furman.
Objection.
I don't know Captain Noon, but he broke the honor code today in this courtroom.
Objection.
He lied.
Objection. He is besmirching the name of a good officer.
Sustained.
I request that it be stricken from the record.
Very well, recorder. Strike from the record any reference to the defendant's theory about a forged signature. Continue, counsel.
So there is not a particle of truth in what Captain Noon said. You never called him, you never requisitioned a form.
Objection.
I'll sustain that objection. Captain Noon is not on trial here, Lieutenant Commander. You are. If I hear any more attempts to slander his name, there'll be additional charges imposed.
Well, that'd be tough to do if you hang me, sir.
Commander, you're in contempt.
Okay, ladies, take your positions.
A little oil for the unconscious man? Come on, sugar pop.
Say blackmail.
I got invited to the wrong party. What? Well, I never knew. Mr. Jenner. Hey. Wake up, Mr. Jenner. Hey! Come on, Rio needs you. Wake up. Wake up. Okay, what do you got that's gonna wake him up?
Oh my gosh.
Come on.
Gotta be psycho.
There you go. Good to have you back with us, sir.
How did I get here?
Well, I've asked myself that many times.
Captain Moon was going to show me some secret installation.
You know, I think you're looking at it right there. Wait here. Come on, see what Marine's got. Huh? All right, let's go. Sir, we gotta get you out of here. They got Rio on trial for sedition.
Who's they?
The Navy. Come on, let's go. We don't have much time.
Where are my clothes?
Yeah, we'll find you something, sir.
I don't know how I'm going to explain this to my wife.
Well, some things are better left unsaid, huh? Come on.
Lieutenant Commander Arnett, this board has already seen 2 instances today of your friend's willingness to lie to protect you. Isn't that right?
No.
Did you not ask Allison Stratton to lie to Mr. Furman on October 25th?
Yes, I did.
And as a cadet, did you not encourage Wiley Farrell to cover for you when you were late for curfew? Am I right so far?
Yes.
Objection. The prosecution continues to bring up Lieutenant Commander's academy experience, which has nothing to do with this case.
Overruled. Continue, counsel.
It's all right, Captain. We both broke the honor code. We both admitted to it when we were caught, and we both served punishment tours. We were 18 years old at the time.
Objection to this whole line of questioning.
Lieutenant, overruled.
To hold a youthful indiscretion against this man is wrong.
Lieutenant Casey.
His record involves heroism in combat.
Lieutenant Casey.
Amazing sacrifice for his country.
Lieutenant
the very high
Casey.
security rating has been awarded.
Lieutenant Casey.
Sir!
I have your client's combat record right here in front of me. It has no bearing on the charges and specifications in this case. I've been in combat. So has every officer on this board. That's the job, Lieutenant. It is not a license to sell weapons to the enemy. Now you sit down. Continue, counsel.
Is it not, therefore, logical to assume that you've asked your friends to come here today to lie for you under oath?
If Mr. Jenner is alive, he will surface, and he will corroborate my friend's testimony.
Answer the question. Is it not logical to assume?
It is only logical to assume that any time my counsel speaks up on my behalf, she's going to be slapped with a contempt charge.
Commander, you'll be more forthcoming in your testimony, or we'll adjourn and start over.
This was over before it started.
Let the record show that the defendant has no respect for the legal arm of the U.S. Navy.
Too much respect, actually, to endure these proceedings without protest.
Does your contempt extend to the U.S. Navy as a whole?
The Navy? The Navy's my life.
And it's been a good life, hasn't it?
It's had its moments.
Your acceptance into the Navy SEAL program?
I'm very proud of that.
The willingness of the Navy to allow you to keep your commission while accepting a post with OSI, or your family name, virtually guaranteed your rapid career advancement.
I'm very proud of my father's name.
So you've got a boss who's an old family friend. You've got friends who are willing to lie for you in spite of the consequences. You're stationed in a remote tropical paradise where nobody much keeps an eye on you. You've managed to turn your commission in the Navy into a kingdom, haven't you?
If you mean, do I like my job and my friends, the answer is yes.
You got high security clearance.
That's right.
And despite your obligation to the Navy and OSI, you've operated pretty much as a lone wolf, haven't you?
At times.
You've set yourself up as a single moral authority in the world, answerable to almost no one.
I answer to people all the time. One of them is the director of the OSI, William Jenner.
Ah, that name again. Jenner.
If the court could just allow us the time to contact him, this whole thing would be straightened out.
Now, how convenient for you that we've been unable to contact Mr. Jenner.
Convenient? No.
Now, let's look for a moment into your dealings with the Guerrero brothers. Where are they now?
The crime syndicate in Costa Perdita that operates under the Guerrero name still exists, but the Guerrero brothers are all dead.
Would you tell the board the circumstances of their deaths?
Well, the first was shot by the U.S. Army in the October 25th recovery of the stolen weapons. The second was shot while trying to connect to a red sub. And the third man was shot while trying to murder a Costa Perdita policeman.
And in the case of the last two, who was the executioner?
I was.
Once again, how very convenient that the two men who could testify against you today were both killed by your own hand.
It was in the line of duty.
Now, this court has already heard your definition of duty.
My definition of duty is the same as yours, Blake. However, maybe I've been allowed to perform my duty for this country in a more exciting fashion.
Exciting? I'd say murdering witnesses?
No, murder's not the charge. But I killed those lowlifes to prevent them from murdering innocent people.
Suborning other witnesses to lie for you?
This courtroom is so thick with lies that you could cut them with a knife.
Now, if I have to hang, so be it. But there will be an investigation. And William Jenner, if he's alive, will surface. And this court will be held accountable for its blatant disregard for the tenets of military justice.
Prosecution, so far you've been given extreme latitude to make your case. In the interest of time, we'll move on to summations. Commander, you may step down.
Sir.
What we have seen here today is a man who has suffered from too much privilege. His life in the Navy has been so easy for him that he's forgotten all about the rule book. Not to mention the higher authority for which we all must answer. He sold secret weapons to the enemy. And he did this with an arrogance which is matched only by his contempt for the very branch of service which so readily embraced him. He tried to sell out the security of this country. The prosecution rests with the recommendation that this traitor be handed the maximum penalty for his treason.
Thank you, counsel. Defense?
The defense has this to say. If I have to resign my commission, I am going to fight the perversion of truth that has gone...
Stand by, counsel. Bailiff, who is that individual?
Sir, this is the director of the OSI who has come all this way to serve as a witness for the
prosecution
defense.
objects.
He must be heard
Objection.
here and now.
The time for witnesses has passed. The cross-examination is over. We are making summations. This is not the time or place for zero-hour theatrics. This is outrageous.
This witness holds the key to the defense.
I'll hear it. Have a seat, sir.
Mr. Jenner, will you please take the stand? Why were you unable to answer the summons of this court?
Captain Noon left me no choice, Lieutenant. He drugged me, kidnapped me, and attempted extortion to keep me away from this hearing.
Mr. Jenner, the correct way to address this court is...
There's nothing correct going on here.
You're wasting the time of a man who was our country's first line of defense with completely fraudulent charges.
Did Lieutenant Commander Arnett requisition the strategic weapons in question?
Captain Noon did.
Who reported the theft to you?
Lieutenant Commander Arnett.
He's the only reason the weapons were recovered.
The defendant will rise and face the court. I see no reason to continue these proceedings. Case dismissed.
Yes!
Bailiff, you take those two Marines, find Captain Noon, and arrest him. This court-martial board is dismissed. All rise. Gentlemen, thank you very much. Congratulations, Commander.
Thank you, sir.
Blake, congratulations again.
Look, years ago when we were at the academy together, I was a different person. You didn't know that. I was a lot like the way you characterized me in there.
Just doing my job.
I know, you did a good job.
Don't patronize me.
I'm not. All I'm saying is that all those years ago, I thought I was a hot shot, you know? Everybody that came down to me was a jerk. You busted my chops pretty damn hard. And I disrespected you as an officer. For that, I'm sorry. I'm not that person anymore, Blake. I consider myself a good warrior. And I partly owe that to you. We're on the same side. I respect you. I think it was Rudyard Kipling who said, "An enemy's enemy is my friend." So I thank you.
Well?
You did a great job, Sandra.
Great job. I didn't do anything. You were about to hang.
You believed. I never knew how much of a real Navy man I was until I found myself looking straight into the gallows in my dress blues. I knew that whatever happened, I'd face it the Navy way, just like Blake had taught me to do. But that was a real freedom, the knowledge that I could face anything, any lie, any wrong punishment without losing one bit of dignity. Of course, it did help that my old Navy pal broke curfew once again to come through on a dime.
You let